We need to stop certain attitude. I, Bernard Ahiafor, first Deputy Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, wants to place it on record that myself and the committee members do not demand money from any nominee before vetting and approval. I will therefore direct the clerk of the committee to invite Oliver Barker-Vormawor to appear before the committee tomorrow at 10 to provide evidence of Bernard Ahiafor, the chairman of the vetting committee, to back his claim that we demand money from the nominees. Clerk of the committee, I so direct. When he failed,
na abusunya tension element me hwase bi apie mu ewo Ghana Parliament na hyebedwam na eni abranti oda uskuru su aye frɛ no Osagifo Oliver Barker-Vormawor oye lawyer hamranim ni na no akwakoyi nika akokeka nsɛm bi ewo eye vetina ekoso wom na hyebedwam sɛ empanimfo a ete committee ni mu no ana committee a yate no omugigi sika emeno nam so mpanimfo kyeremu sɛ dabi never tina nka ekoso Dr. Mane Boama epenso no mpanimfo buafu omasore na brantie no nso abekasa ebiemu sɛ waye yiredi mede ho videos ne ehwama ne bono ede ebro mesrew so ba no subscribe no ahye na busua no atumi akoso ayekese mekanfo Joponas Real Estate ede amount se omo 40 plots nsase a omo tonton ewo eye nsanwam enkran kwantempo no so no kwagi bi wate se wenya sika bi pasase bi ato asase obeto benya ho asomdue asase a oni obi antwe manso enyinum kane yinsu bibia yeyire de wasase ne so a eye Joponas Real Estate na mekanfo ede amount empedinfo numbers no aneda usku ne so no tonton ase guo eni nkakra obetumi asi na bibia no so atumi adimu nsase ne bo so ofu fanames na da uskunu so ne mpanimfo emo enkomo na abusuya ye kwom na hyebedwam a mentemi hwase bi asi ewo eye committee a ekoso anaso matenase hwe yewura mampani Ghana yato ne so aba yewura John Dramani Mahama ne appointees a wayiomu so monko eye true vetting mu na bibia no entumi nue peyo no eye committee anaso appointment committee no omobuafu kiremu se abrantie Osagifo Oliver Barker-Vormawor oda uskuru so osaye mranim ni lawyer akotena internet superhighway social media ne so akokeka nsɛm bi aka afa eye appointment committee empanimfo ihu me no nam so empanimfo kyeremu sɛ vetting na ekoso wo Dr. Mane Boama ne appointment committee ne ntamukura no omubuafu mo sɔre na obi bebisa sɛ dem potimpa na Oliver Barker-Vormawor watumi akokama abufu atumi agina mu na abusuya ye nyina bekai eye post ye da screen so bia na wunya hu ya ene me ka kire wo enano da January bosumi a edikan ne da na etoso aduonu 924 January 2024 sada no na abo 9:25 pm ana Osagifo Oliver Barker-Vormawor ekotena internet superhighway social media Facebook so ekotno ensemi eda screen su kiremu se so all the monies the ministerial appointees are being asked to pay to the appointment committees just to get approved are those ones not affected by ora yenyina yenum ora sisi ekoso ewo Ghana ha strange republic eno eye ensema Oliver Barker-Vormawor okoka ye ewo eye internet superhighway social media so on the Facebook page kiremu se eye wahu se kululu bi ekoso ewo appointment committee aso mo gigiska mene ebadifo etrase ene vetting ne daso ekoso ewo mrahye bedwam eye parliament asem na meken na dwemtrafo anase chairman edema committee a ye frɛ no Mr. Ahiafor ahye se yemfa Oliver Barker-Vormawor emram mrahye bedwam betena committee nanim nyankopon eya doma okena wuku ada January bosumi a edikan ne da etoso aduonu enkono 29 January 2024 ebebo nondu 10 am kridi na abrantie Oliver Barker-Vormawor wa betena committee nanim na yembebisa no ensam ne babia ote se eye empanimfo akwaji sika.
Our attention is drawn to the media statement by Oliver Barker-Vormawor to the effect that one, the majority members of the appointment committee have been demanding money before approving the nominees. and the chairman must submit himself to oral. Let me place on record that I am ever ready to submit myself to oral. The second aspect was to the effect that all the committee members are taking money from the nominees before vetting and approval. This morning, instead of starting vetting at least by 10 o'clock, we recall into a conclave to deliberate on this issue. We need to stop certain attitude. So therefore, I, Bernard Ahiafor, First Deputy Speaker of Ghana's Parliament, and the Chairman of the Vetting Committee, wants to place it on record that myself and the committee members do not demand money from any nominee before vetting and approval. I will therefore direct the clerk of the committee to invite Oliver Barker-Vormawor to appear before the committee tomorrow at 10 before noon to provide evidence of Bernard Ahiafor, the chairman of the vetting committee, or any member of the vetting committee, to back his claim that we demand money from the nominees before vetting and approval. Clerk of the committee, I so direct. When he failed, then we can invoke the powers of the committee under Article 103 and our own standing order 134. I so direct. Thank you for your attention.
We want to help you to navigate, and in this house, leadership has an inherent responsibility to help you navigate. And I see, with respect to you, you are struggling to convince us. You said you appeal to our soft heart. Indeed, we have heard you. We've heard you, you've spoken, but we are also in pain. We are in pain, deep pain, because, and we are also concerned about Parliament as an institution. Deciding to not to vet today will not be injurious. Let's establish that point. It will not be injurious. We are not saying we will not vet the nominees, but we are saying today, we will hear you when you say we have invited the nominees, we have given them prior notification they should be here. Fine. We are all Ghanaians. They also care about the reputation. Honorable Boama, he cares about the reputation of Parliament. He cares. And this is a very respected institution you are appearing before, Parliament. And you are being told that the very institution, you are going to be Minister for Defense. You go out there to other jurisdictions and they say that the very institution that vetted you is corrupt. How are you going to feel? How are you going to feel? Mr. Chair, I appeal to you. We have staged a number of compromises already. Check Order 3, I think for the first time, and kudos to the minority. The names came, we assume that they have been referred. We've done all this. Yes, so on this occasion, I'm sorry. On this occasion, Speaker, we are sorry. We cannot go with you. We cannot go with you.
I've served on this committee for more than 2 terms. And I must say that I'm highly affected by the accusations and the perception out there that we have been found to be taking monies from nominees before approving their nomination. And I think I must say that I'm seriously hurt by this continuous occurrence of such accusations. And as a group, the minority, I feel that in order to protest and purge ourselves of this accusation, it is very important that we call off the vetting now. Because for the simple reason that members of this committee for this particular term are not just any group of people. Most of us are the leadership of the party, of the parliament, and it is very important that we purge ourselves of that accusation before we can continue with the vetting. This is my submission. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman. Having listened to you, I'm very shocked at some of the words attributed to the committee. Even though I have cited some of these allegations leveled against the committee and the statement made by you, the chairman. And for the benefit of the doubt, Chairman, what I have cited in some section of the media is to the effect that, and I quote, attributed to Oliver Barker-Vormawor, NDC members on the vetting committee takes money from Mohammed's ministerial nominee before approving them. The deputy speaker must subject himself to oral. Chairman, you are chairman because this committee is existing, and irrespective, we being members of this committee, you are leading us. If there is reputational issues with regards to yourself, it means that the entire members of the committee is affected. And Chairman, if you read clearly Article 1036, and for the benefit, I will read 1036 of the 1992 Constitution. A committee appointed under this article shall have the power, right, and privileges of a high court or a justice of the high court at a trial for. And then I emphasize on A and B, enforcing the attendance of a witness and examining them on oath, affirmation or otherwise, or compelling the production of documents. Chairman, you are admitting to the fact that this has come to your attention. It's a reputational issue, and I don't see why members of this committee should continue with this vetting today, because our reputation is at stake. These are some of the perception out there that when you see perception index in terms of corruption, Parliament is within the first 10. And I think that we should not continue with today's vetting, not for the fact that the nominee have done something wrong, but for the fact that the reputation of our chairman and members of the committee is at stake here. If you remember very well, in the 8th Parliament, members of the appointment committee, and if I may mention name, the Honorable Samuel Akujo-Ablakwa had to resign from the appointment committee because of matters of this nature. And I think that we should not continue with the vetting today until, as you have directed, the clerk of the committee write to Mr. Vormawor to appear, if otherwise, to produce evidence of any allegation that he has labeled. So, Chairman, I think that we should not continue with today's vetting. It should be suspended until this matter is dealt with. We have no moral right as a committee to continue with this if we have our reputation being tainted with corruption. I thank you, Chairman.
na ene adwen sa asem ne bae no Oliver nso anka enye ne de enso ene wabetena internet super wentintan kese no so Facebook ba bi odi kan kwotro ne nsem dada na eye ni Facebook page ho abekire mu se this is how democracy improves. I say I look forward to appearing before the appointment committee tomorrow. Thank you. Na chese Oliver Barker-Vormawor osagifo ejire mu se o kire nyame yadomo no so aye yede so ne mpedifo de be boni e wo vetina se na bibia no atumi awie pawia ne Oliver so abegire mu se ono so waye gide di papa se oni mpedifo twema mentwe ene enya asem keto ha e wo parliament na ne nyina mu no musonfo dam kwesi prince ye de yani bedi akiri na ye de amane boni nyina no e de abrawo me na me kasa die mpedifo ahye se yema breki kakra e wo appointment committee a ya appoint yo mo na se vetina e koso mpedifo akire mu se ye breki because tension no e wo soro mkrofo edwa ye be koso de ne de akiri na bibia no atumi edimu mekamfo Joponas real estate de amount se omunsase 40 plot a omoton e wo insawom enkrankwante mpon so no kwaji bi insase yantam brantam e da uskunu so mpanifo kire mu se ankura adwuma ekuo wanya sika bi pese ode to asase a kotobi awie na asundue wo nkrata nyinam kane bibia ye adwuma kama bibia betumi edimu fa mpanifo numbers no eni mpanifo emonkomo na gi emu nkyiremu eyie